Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do a quick update. This week has been really great after radiation in the ER. The doctor was very, very helpful, Dr. Henderson. She is an amazing doctor that has just really passionate and what she does. So I'm very grateful for my team. And you know, this week, if you saw my Instagram at Skinny South, I got my water delivered, which the water tastes great. So thank you for that. The This Friday, I have what is called IV treatment, an intravenous vein. So what's going to happen on Friday? It's going to be administered two types of drugs by drip, and it's so one is like 30 minutes, another one is a little over 2 hours, and uh, one is called nivolumab, and what that is that it prevents the PD-1 protein, which is found in the T cells, your immune system. And the importance of the immune system is obvious reasons, right? They're T cells, T lymphocytes. Those are essential for protecting the body from infections and cancer. Right? They are crucial for establishing and maintaining your immune system responses. Team, speaking of team, and deficiency in the T cells can lead to obviously what we're sitting here with. So, in your immune system, I just want to say with the T cells, they defend the body and they regulate, and then they also mature in the thymus. Now, what that is a pyramid shaped organ in the upper chest area. And I actually have nodules behind that breastbone, and is one of the first nodules that I had. Actually, it was so predominant. Somebody was like, "Whoa, what happened? Who hit you?" And it matures by teaching the white blood cells fight infections and diseases at a young age. So, of what's good and bad, what's normal and abnormal. So, basically, the signal is off. And as you know, your nervous system, we're a kinetic system. So, the body communicates, right? So, just like these T cells, just like the cancer cells, they communicate with each other and say, hey, this is what's going on today. And so it's a kind of a portal throughout the body. And they signal other T cells like B cells and macrophages that help with inflammation, memory, bone, and other things. So it has a big job. And sometimes that little signal is off, or its proteins are blocking or something of that nature. So the importance of the IV treatment on Friday is to take this particular drug, one of them being nivolumab, which I hope I'm saying that correctly. Um, and it works by blocking the PD-1 protein that prevents the immune system from attacking the cancer cells. So the cancer cells can produce the proteins to the PD-1, effectively turning off the T cells that are preventing from attacking the cancer. So that's why I say it's like a signal that's off. So so we want to kill the cancer cells, right? So this is called, which is immunotherapy, uh, in this sense. So, and then the other drug is monoclonal antibody drug. It's I hopefully say this right. In limpumab, it's spelled with an I. It boosts the immune system and the ability to fight cancer by targeting and inhibiting a CTLA-4 protein. Combination with the other drug will help basically fight this. And it's both administered through the vein. So on Friday, that will be that. There are some side effects. Don't know if that's going to be like the radiation or not. But like, I'm not gonna be like one of those PDA ads and tell you gross things that are going to happen while you're eating your chicken dinner. So, but I do want to know that we are moving forward. And also, good news is the Block Center in Chicago, I connected with them, and they have alternative forms that I'll be working with a registered dietitian and some. It's a team of people. So we have four doctors, um, an RD, and I'm really excited about that. They're going to do a saliva test. They're going to test some things out. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. They sent me a welcome packet. I'm really excited about it. So the foundation or assistance is with Dr. Block. And so it is, I don't travel, and it is a Zoom call. They send me a kit that will do some testing. We have biobehavioral consultation on call, a little bit of oncology because that's who they have on staff, right? Registered dietitian. It's a comprehensive, integrative piece. So, which is great because, as you know, I'm a holistic person, and I really beam when you say beet juice. Not everybody loves beet juice, but um, just to give you that idea as to what happens with your chemistry in your body and um, your biorhythms and things of that nature. So, if you know me and know how much I do in a day, that my stress level is pretty high. So, this is probably one of those things that did it. But um, you know, it is what it is. And so we just fight it as strategically as possible. And sometimes you can have surgery and it works out. And sometimes, like myself, it's like they're too large or where they're located or things like that where you can't. So I had to have the radiation to reduce the masses. So I had, and what caused it lesions, melanoma of the brain masses, they bled. And when they bled, it sped up the process and the stuff grew. And with that, it's a thing. So, uh, of course, my adrenals are affected. So my stress management is affected. So there are things or hormonally that are not being produced, they're not being able to produce to combat. So again, it's about communication in the body that's a little off signal. We want to get jabbing. And so with that, I've got nodules in my waist. So I've got skinny arms, skinny legs, and I think I have a different body type, it seems like, because I have like this pudge in my belly. And sometimes it looks like you can see it, like it looks like you're pregnant or something. Like when I was pregnant with my daughter, like she had her butt stuck out here and her head was out here and her feet were there. That's kind of how this looks in my stomach. So when I walk down the street, I have like this, stomach issue. But after the radiation, I had a great weekend and just really the outpour of love. I really appreciate it. Um, and I appreciate the donations that came in here recently. And I really appreciate your support. It does help my family because, I got a bill. I mean, I got like a bazillion bills and it's way over. I mean, some people have, the $1 million surgery. I had the bedside surgery because it was biopsy, so thank God I only had to have the one biopsy. So we're trying to prevent from having to have more surgeries, but, brain surgery. So we're um, looking forward to reducing these masses and reducing things that don't need to be there, right? Uh, Anyways, I just want to give you an update and hope everyone is doing well. I think the video thing, some people seem to like it. Um, but down below in the description and in my little notes, you'll see the spelling of what these medicines are if you want to look them up for yourself. And I'll put in some links below on the foundations that I've reached out to that have been phenomenal in this journey so far. I've, started it March this, well, I started it 6 months, actually almost a year ago. And so, uh, it's been because of the nodules and the pain, and it just increased in pain. The pain is so intense. It's so intense. And when you have pain like that, you actually have blackouts to where you can't even remember what happened. And so, like, I can't drive, so I have had help in that arena, and I appreciate the donation of the hats and the scarves, because I do have, I call it the foundation hair, like the little wispies that I have. So, uh, yeah, you have that. So I just wanted to give you an update so you understand what you're donating to. Not that, you know, what is, but, you're donating to um, forms of, uh, you know, to help us survive and learn, and so that I can connect with the right financial. There's financial services, copay services, support groups that I've connected to. Um, I'm about to start a walk program just to connect with other people when I start, getting to this into these support groups, because, you have that, and there's other people like myself who are in the adult part. So I just finished that AYA support groups, which is to 39, but I'm like in this weird space where I'm not this age and I'm not this age. So, but I'm in this collective piece where you go, okay, I am in this collective piece and this is what I need to do. And your body's changing. So hormonally, I'm changing. And psychologically, I'm changing. There's so many emotions every single day. So one day I'm great, and then I read something or somebody says something because they aren't going through this, and I understand their what they're saying. But when you go into the research side of it and you go into what you're like for myself, and I'm really digging into this, when you're in the mud, you start can feel the rocks, so you can kind of get out. But when you have people give you just information because so and so said it, and they're like, it's your fault, that's what you feel or that's what you hear, and that psychologically can hurt, and that's what's hard. And so, because you got so much thrown at you at one time, one, you're in the ER in a hallway, and the on-call pediatric doctor for this hospital tells you you have cancer, and you're like, I want to make sure my name is on that piece of paper, on those CT scans, MRI scans, and then you start going, wait a minute, what kind of, and then your brain goes, "Shoo," and then you're like, "Shoo," and then doctors say, "Shoo." It's like- and you feel like one of those, when you get your car washed and you get those flaps, and you're wondering when you're going to ever get out of those flaps of the car wash. That's what it feels like, of the information overload. And so I have a book, like this is my book of information that I have meetings, Zooms, approvals, notes, etc. Not that I don't appreciate your information. Books, information does help. Education is key. Education is power. Education, knowledge is power, right? Um, I have an MBA. I have certification in holistic. I have certification in wellness. I have certifications as a personal trainer. So I am a holistic chef. So of course, with taking classes at Harvard for excuse me, not biochemistry, for food chemistry, it's interesting to see my journey. How I was taking brain classes with the University of Chicago here recently, for the last year, getting information about that. I read about the brain because it's fascinating to me. Um, but your gut is your first brain. It feeds the information, it feeds the nutrients that the brain needs, obviously, the T cells, your adrenal glands. So my adrenal glands are affected. My stomach is affected. You know, my stress management is affected. My brain is affected, so memory and things like that. Um, yeah, but I just want to say, like, I do appreciate, really do appreciate the information and the help and the healing, because you know, just, your support does help. So I just want to say that. And as I navigate through this, I appreciate everything that everybody does. I really, really do. And I get emotional sometimes. Okay. The waterworks where um I I it's a lot. So I appreciate everything. So I hope everyone does well today. You are blessed. It is Thursday. It is a new month of a beautiful year. Even my dad's birthday is this month, so I'm super excited. Um, so yeah. Anyways, have a great day. Thank you.